again with another video, and this time I had some really interesting stuff for you. I decided to take a little trip today to a small town that has a flea market once a month, and it was quite the event there. I usually go Sunday. Sunday, if you go in at 9 o'clock, it's only $1 to get in. If you get there early at 6 o'clock, then it's $5. It's $5 or $6 to get in. I don't remember which. And I forgot that there was a Saturday setup day, and a lot of people set up for a few hours if it's worth it. And then what they do is you can buy stuff as it comes out of the truck practically, or whatever people are doing. But it's not helpful when the power goes out. And I'm serious, this is what happened. I guess somebody hit a power pole farther down the road and knocked out power to the next town over or whatever. I don't know. So it was absolutely crazy. And there was some power in this building, and then some of the other outbuildings had no power, and some of the hallways didn't have lights. So it was really hard to see anything, and it really made for a poor afternoon for a bunch of people. I mean, it was a really nice day out there, but yet it was a little bit on the cold side, and I was freezing to death. So what can you really do? Not a whole lot. So, you know, best thing to do was, you know, kind of just shop as best as I could, and I found quite a lot of things. Not what I was actually looking for, but, you know, again, sometimes you just can't, you just don't know what you're going to get, and sometimes that's the fun of it. I went to the bins before that because it was more time-wise feasible for me to go there, stop first, and I asked one of my friends if he was going to the event because some of his other friends were going to be there. No, not going. So I basically stayed there for a little while and found a couple of things, and we'll get into what I have in just a second here. So without any particular rhyme or reason, we're just going to grab I think what we're going to do is grab the Goodwill bag here first. And that was actually not bad. It cost me about $8 for this, $8.50 maybe for this stuff. And sometimes you're like, geez, why? But anyway, you'll see what I got, and you'll say, yeah, that's pretty good. So I bought a bunch of envelopes here. These are going to be inside or outside envelopes or TTM requests here, so there's those. I got about 4 or 5 of those. I don't buy a lot at a time. Some of them are beat up or gross. I just, you know, grab the mint ones there. And I've got a bunch somewhere resting somewhere else here. But this is pretty cool here. I don't get these very often. I haven't seen these, found one of these in a very, very long time here. I buy these 99% of the time on eBay, but every once in a while I'll find one of these. And this is a hotel key card. This one's advertising Domino's Pizza for Motel 6 somewhere. I do not have that one. That is very cool. I couldn't believe that, and nobody's going to grab that because it's essentially to them an expired tag, you know, expired gift card type thing. But anyway, it is a hotel key card, and there is like this the magnetic strip on the back there advertising all the different options for Domino's. So that's very, very cool there. Very cool to have that one. So very neat. It doesn't have a lot of value, but I think it's cool. And then this was in the bins and the leftovers. Beware of imitations, wooden nickel, and it says Seashore Trolley Museum, Kennebunkport, Maine. So that's kind of neat. Somebody had saved that and put it in a little holder there. And there's an old wooden nickel there. Again, when everybody has gone and the dust is cleared, you can take your time, go through things, and find some pretty decent stuff. You don't always get the best stuff, but sometimes it's just easier that way. I found this in more or less the leftovers here. This is hand-painted by Pat. I think it says by Pat. Just a little kind of nice outdoor country scene there. Pat did that. Pat whoever, but anyway. It's an older, probably done in the 60s, I'm guessing. Maybe the 50s, but yeah, it looks like probably 60s or 70s that was put together. So it's a real oil painting of some kind. Interesting. It's probably no worth more than $5, but that's more or less what I paid for everything. Well, give it $2 or $3. Oregon Coast Highway. People ask anywhere between $1 and well, sometimes 50 cents, but usually $1 and $3 for these. This is the Depot Bay and Bridge. Depot Bay, Oregon does not have that. These linen postcards are super common. But again, I found that in the leftovers. I said, yep, that's mine, taking that. Then, oops, don't break that or rip that. Okay, this is very fragile here. This is an old Halloween decoration, and I know some people who watch my thrifting videos here will appreciate this. This is crazy. This is very old. I don't know if it's 40s or 50s or what it is, but very, very old Halloween decoration. Again, that was in the picked over stuff in the leftovers. These things are on fire. He's kind of movable joints there, and you know, like he's doing like the Fortnite dance, you know. I don't know how that goes, but anyway, that's how it there, something like that. I don't know what that has any value, but it's got a bent, his ear's a little bent there. You know, of course, packing tape, that's always good to grab that there, some sort of Scotch brown packing tape there. Why not grab a metronome here? These are very expensive to buy new from Germany. They're like over $100. This one here is really beat up, and that's probably why my bill costs so much. It seems to work. It just needs to be really squeezed here and glued, and then this is kind of overwound maybe, but maybe once this metronome winds down it will wind up again. Again, it's made in Germany. It's probably from the 60s or 70s. It's just really pretty ugly. It's not one of the nicer ones here, but again, it was not very much at all. Then we grabbed this here, and I know there's a lot of people that love Ertl collecting. And this was there, and somebody would see the one broken spot and throw it back. But these things, even in broken condition, one of the swap meets, you know, people might ask $25 for this. This is New Holland. It's made in the United States of America, and when you run this wheel, this moves back and forth because there's a rubber band of some kind that's sort of still working there. I haven't figured out how I'm going to deal with that or display that. Probably what I'll do is I'll drill it, because this is already broken, I'll glue something on, glue a piece of wood or a piece of plastic on there to make a hook out of it. So no big deal there. I somewhere have a tractor for that. And then we picked this up here. I looked at it very quickly. Remo, the world's drum company, brand new, never been opened. And this was, it was called a thunder tube. So it's like some sort of thunder maker there. And that, again, that was fairly heavy. So it'll make thunder once I mess with that one here. Another postcard here. This one is Maui Plantation. Nothing special there, but I can write a letter on that or send that out as a thank you. So I have plenty of those. Hey, I found a Stanley Cup. Can you believe that? I found a Stanley Cup at the bins. I don't know what kind of Stanley Cup that is, but it's a little Stanley. And then it's, I don't know, you put a keychain on that or whatever you do with that. You open it up, and there's like 4 individual cups in there. That's very unusual and interesting. So, but it's made by Stanley, so I don't know if that has a lot of value or whatever. The whole Stanley Cup thing is just really taken off. That's not the Stanley Cup that everybody's thinking of. And just a couple more items here. We've got this little Paddington bear. He's missing a foot, but I believe I have the, if I didn't lose it, yeah, I got the foot. It's a Hallmark Paddington ornament, so I could always cross off the 1991 or scratch that out maybe. And he's parachuting. And then I found this made by High Sierra, and it is a foldable, it's a spork, I think, or it's a foon. I don't know what it is, but anyway, it's a foldable camping utensil here. So nothing special there, but I thought that was kind of fun to have this kind of foldable spoon here, or spork or whatever they call it. And there it is. You fold that up, boom. So then we got that out of the way. Now we're going to go to swap meet here, and the first person I went to had a really cool booth. I don't know if I have it here, but there was a little ceramic cat that I found. I don't need to show you that because I can't find it right now. And then I found this. If you've seen this on my channel before, this is a second copy of Whirlybird Play Catch Game, as seen on TV, with Warren Spahn right there. $2 for this. There's a big rip right there, but they wanted only $2 for this. And it's in almost the exact same condition as mine. It's got another feather. It's got another striped feather and the metal disc there. Absolutely crazy. So I've had to take that for $2. You know, this is kind of coming apart here, but we shall see. Somebody said I could throw a magnet on there, and maybe, we'll see. Could have been a magnet that used to be on there. I don't know, it's just for display. I don't know how I'm going to cover up that rip there. You know, that big rip there. I don't know, maybe I put a price tag or something on that. No idea. That's what a lot of people do, is they'll throw a price tag on the damaged thing, and then people will not realize that that's where it's damaged. Then I found, man, there is a record vendor down there, and he gets slammed with like all kinds of record collectors. Everything is $5, and then $10, and then there's individually priced records. It was just absolutely insane. One guy bought something like $160 odd and $5 albums. It just kept on going and going and going. I don't know what he paid for them, because I think if you buy X amount you gotta have a deal on them. And the record pile just kept on going, and he said, oh, you cleaned me out. Then other people were buying 5 and 10 records, and just absolutely insane madness. So I grabbed this one. I thought it was a $5 record. It probably should have been, because the cover is just roached. But anyway, I paid $10 for it, and I said, you know, I want to get the heck out of Dodge, so I just bought that. And this is not the Oakham A's, it's just the A's. No idea if they're Canadian or English or what the heck they are. No, I have no idea. It looks like it's from like 1980. If I can find a date on here. Looks like the date's been cut off of here. Looks like 70... I can't read that. It's on Arista. Let's just see if on the record will tell me here. The record looked pretty clean, but I didn't really... There's a few scuffs on here, so it might have been, I don't know, some weird scuffing there. This is 19... Usually the record will tell 1979, so it's very close. Yeah, so I said 1980, yeah, 1979. There's a gross gummy residue there that needs to be cleaned off. And unfortunately it's a cutout or a promo punch out, so that brings the value down quite a bit. So that was $10 right down. Then I found another vendor later in the day. The pictures are getting kind of beat up here. I got some photographs here. This one has a broken corner, and I don't remember it having a broken corner, but this is kind of cool. These were $1 a piece. This says J.C. Proctor. He could have been anybody. I don't know if that's his autograph or that was the person that did the picture, but there's an old-time photograph right there, J.C. Proctor. So I figured I'll grab that for $1. All these broken spots here. Somebody originally wanted $2 for it at some point. You can see a broken spot right in there. All this stuff is thrown into these massive bins over and over and over again, taking all the different shows. This one looks like a Hollywood celebrity. I'm not really sure what the whole point of this is, but there's a woman holding a couple pocket pistols there. So I have no idea. I don't think she's part of Hollywood. I really don't know. But she's holding a couple pocket pistols there. It's a 7x9, 8x10. I don't really know. It came out of somebody's album. Originally was $4 at some point. And then this is pretty cool here. Oops, dropped stuff on the floor here. And this one, somebody had noticed that there's some marking, or it says grand prizes awarded at, I don't know, it looks like 11 p.m. at Dance. Not exactly sure what this is, but it's a bunch of people dressed kind of uniquely, and they're holding a bunch of vintage golf clubs. This looks like the 1940s, maybe the early 50s, but look at the automobiles there. This is cool. It's just kind of a candid shot of some people being kind of silly with some golf clubs there, with straw hats and ripped looking pants and Hawaiian. I have no idea. It looks like the Beverly Hillbillies or something like that. I really don't know. I have absolutely no earthly clue. The girls have ripped, the young ladies there have, it looks like ripped pants or, you know, whatever. So, no idea. Somebody originally wanted $3 for that. Very cool to have that one there. I might even frame that one. Now, the best stuff here, this is really cool. You've been waiting for this one, even though you didn't know. This one says Capstan Navy Cut. Now you're thinking, Capstan Navy Cut, what is that? You know, I've heard of that before. That's Will's Cigarettes, circa 1932 is what somebody on the internet said. They had some beautifully polished brass ones of these. This is an ashtray, Capstan Navy Cut. This is an English ashtray of all things. So I don't have to go to England to get it. There were 2 on eBay. One didn't sell, was with another one. And another person wanted like $170 for his one, all polished, all mint. So I don't know. Should I polish that, clean it up? It's very, very dirty. It'll look beautiful if it was 100% cleaned. I have no idea what I'm going to do with that one there. But guess what? The price tag on it was $4. I couldn't take that one. I couldn't get the money out of my wallet fast enough for that one. So that's really cool. Yeah, so it's basically cigarette card adjacent. How cool is that? Neat. Then we got some DVDs here. We have Rick Steves, Eastern Europe from North to South. 7 episodes from the public television series Rick Steves. This one has 3 hours of travel on one DVD, 2000 to 2009, Ireland and Scotland. And then we have this one here, 3.5 hours of travel, Germany, Benelux, and more, or Benelux, I don't know, it's Benelux. 7 episodes. And that stuff is great if you want to fall asleep. If you have problems sleeping, Rick Steve will cure that for you. Here we are in Belgium again, and we're going to go to the back streets to find a beautiful delicatessen. I don't know how, sort of like that. Then, oh yeah, here is the little cat here. This was really cool. It's probably made in Japan. It might be my guess here. Get the tape off of here. I don't want to damage the bag, but I probably might. Let's just go ahead and damage the bag here. There were people with bags of jewelry for next to nothing, and I just didn't want to bring that home. But a little vintage Japanese cat of some kind, I don't know, probably made in Japan. It was worth it for $1. Kind of one of those dime store type things there. Yeah, it's marked Japan, so I don't know. It looked better when it was in the package, but anyway, I'll do something with that. We'll see. Then we got a couple of buttons here. I don't know why I grabbed these. I was just being polite, so who knows? Who knows what the Oshkosh, Wisconsin Youth, it's the International Fly-In Convention, the EAA. I have no idea what that is, but grab that one for 50 cents. It looks like it's been laminated over like a little... I'm not sure what's going on. There's a hole in a donut there that's been laminated over. And then this one is Sprouse Wright's 77th anniversary. It looks like it's from the 70s, the way it's all set up, 70s or 80s. I don't know. Anyway, Sprouse Wright's no longer as important. But anyway, so the big purchase, because these were $5 each. I say big purchase. Oh, there's a free pen. I got a free pen that was advertising tub of towels. I don't know, I thought that was pretty funny there. But these are stamp items. They were $5 a piece. The 1991 commemorative stamp collection. If Jay is watching, he'll know what these are. Jay Pylon. And then I got the 1990 set of stamps, commemorative stamps. And then I got this one here, 1987-88 mint set of definitive stamps. And I got this one here from, I don't know what the date is. And it looked like they were all in there. I didn't check all of them there. But guess what? So we want to say this one here. This one here was $13.95. And because there was $13.95 worth of stamps in there. So that is only $5 for that one. Then we got this one here, which was $9.45. So this was not such a hot deal there, but anyway, so it's almost $10 for $5. So I got all these stamps at least 50%, at the very least 50% off. And then I got this one here. That doesn't say how much is in this one here. This is 1989, so it's probably even less, but I'll just show you. These books are really cool. I'm going to take them apart because the books have no value. There's a Lou Gehrig stamp right there for 25 cents. There's a lot of 25ers in here, blocks of, I've had those before. I've had all these stamps, a Hemingway stamp. Really neat and cool. Very, very cool. There's the French Revolution stamp. I just got that in the mail. I used that on something, so very, very cool. And there's the Christmas greeting stamps in there. And in this one here, this one says it's got a face value of $16.79 in this one here. Absolutely outstanding. And again, nobody wants these books. They're always still in the original folders without anybody's ever looked at them. They just bought them and put them away as collectibles, and they never went up in price. There's a 50-cent stamp there. That's cool. You don't see those very often. There's 20. These are 29s. Love stamps. There's a 52 and a 29. All the Christmas stamps in there. All this is really cool. Yes, again, it's a shame to tear these things apart here, but they have more value as actual usable postage. And the stamp shop that I used to go to would sell these as postage and take X amount of percent off here. One guy said that he does Etsy or something like that and does 20, or he gets 15% off of his postage, so he never has to buy stamps. So he's like, I didn't know stamps still existed, because they're all just, you know, labels. So he just does labels with his label machine. So that is very, very cool. So that ends up a pretty excellent day of stuff. There's always a few other things, you know, Legos and a couple other little miscellaneous things I don't always get to show. But anyway, that is what I had. The mail was zip again. Nothing in the mail. Again, shopping at this venue where there was absolutely no power in some of the buildings, freezing cold, and I just didn't see a lot. So I said, okay, let's shop, you know, smart. So I bought all the stamps. In fact, I bought 2 of the envelopes, and then I came back and bought some of the lesser ones, because still, it saves me money, and it saves, you know, from disappointment from the trip there. Again, Rick Steves, you know, he's always on TV, but it just, I like to sometimes have the physical copy of that, and so I can, you know, because if you have problems sleeping, that is a great thing to put on, and then you'll sleep for a few hours. So there is that. Again, I think my favorite things of this day here are this tobacco tray here. the Navy Cut, Capstan Navy Cut. And again, I'm going to try to clean that up, at least clean the dirt off of it and see what it looks like. And then I might figure out what kind of brass cleaner I could use. And they just look amazing. But again, some people say, well, uh-oh, you got rid of all that history. But it looks like it might have been polished polished before, not too long ago, on the bottom of it. No idea. And then again, this photograph I think is probably my second favorite thing here. Yeah, obviously stamps here, but this cornball photograph from like the late 40s, early 50s of these people just, you know, kind of messing around with golf clubs. It looks like they're all steel shaft golf clubs. They're not wood shaft golf clubs. These are the kind of golf clubs you're going to find at the Goodwill bin stores all the time, all thrift stores, anywhere between 50 cents and $5 a club. Do not pay $5 a club for those things because they don't have any collectible value unless there's some other kind of intrinsic nature to those. So 20-minute video. Hope you enjoyed that. Check out your local flea markets if possible. Check out the bins if possible, but I will say it was super crowded and the finds were just not there today. So I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you for watching.